Good morning, ladies and gents. So today we're starting another episode out here in my garage. I just got a phone call from Jared and he said that the sea is looking really good out near where he lives at a place called Four Seasons. So I'm just going to quickly grab some stuff here in the garage. I'm going to grab 2 rods, a packet of prawns out the freezer, and just a couple traces and put it in a backpack, and we're going to head out to Four Seasons. It's near Cintsa. Sweet as. We've got our rods and reels packed in now. We've got our backpack packed here. All we need to do is just put a couple prawns in our cooler box with a cool drink and pack everything in the car and we can head out. Just excuse the slightly messy garage at the moment here. We're just reorganizing it as our man cave. It's always been our man cave, but we're just trying to reorganize it, make it a bit neater. But we've got memorabilia up here. I mean, we've got this Welsh flag from 2014 World Champs in England. You can see some more of the stuff there. There's a Slovenian pair of socks. A Bolivian necklace there. That little fishing vest you see here, this Turbatini one, is from also World Champs. That's the vest I wore there with my number on it. I was number 31. And I mean, we just got pictures all around here of fish that we've caught and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just quickly get everything loaded in the car and then we can head out to Four Seasons and meet up with Jared and catch ourselves a nice little blue. Carl and myself are back in action here. Got my dad driving and his cameraman over here again. Yeah, we're heading out on a young little bluefish mission this morning. We're heading out to a place called Queensberry Bay. We're going to fish off the Queensberry Bay point. Carl and myself are going to be fishing with my brother-in-law's father, Uncle Eland. He's going to show us his spots out here. He's invited us out to come have a throw with him. We plan to have a throw here with him for a blue. And if we get one, he's possibly going to cook it for us fresh there at the house. So yeah, we'll catch up with everybody once we're down and met up with Uncle Lou on the beach. And once we're ready for our first throw, see you on the beach. So we're on the beach at the moment. We're just taking a walk. We've probably got about 100 meters to go. I can see Uncle Llewellyn down there with his uncle. I'm just going to go meet up with them now, have a look and see where we're going to throw, get chased up, and then we're going to throw in. So we stand here with Uncle Lou, welcome. Lekker. Uncle Lou's going to show us his spots out here at Queensberry Bay. They've been fishing for about half an hour now, no luck yet. But I'm going to go trace up and have a throw in here, so we'll catch up with you guys shortly.
Morning, Jace. This is one of the spots in Queensberry Bay that I like to frequent. It's normally a spot that we fish for bluefish, which we normally target. This morning the sea's a little bit flat, I'm still on the cooler side, but generally in this area we would use pink prawn, or pink prawn, sand prawn mix, or sometimes we'd use a little bit of musselworm. But in general, pink prawn seems to do the trick here. We normally fish spike light here, and in this particular area we've had lots of different species come out, silvers, bluefish, cock, but generally the last 2 days has been a little bit quiet, but as I say, we've only been here for about half an hour, had a few throws, and hoping that the conditions will improve. Now turning to east, maybe put a bit of a chop on the water, because the water has been very clean and flat, and it feels like it has warmed up a touch overnight. So all being good, we should get into a blue or two just now. Generally what I do is when I fish for blues, I use a slightly longer sinker trace, and obviously with a lesser pound breaking strain. This is 3,35, where my normal trace is 0,5. and I just tend to find the bluefish bites feel a lot easier fishing this way around, where some guys use a shorter sinker trace. I also do tend to fish with a bit of a mini twist and a leader trace, because quite often fishing for blues we do end up getting a few silvers. So just in case, but in general I use a size 9 Daiichi hook, which is extremely sharp and which is extremely strong, and I use a little floater to float that bait. Just so that the tendency here in a lot of the areas is a lot of green weed where they love to feed on, and it's just to actually float the bait above the weed sometimes so it can be seen.
Yeah, and then on this side I've got a pretty much the exact same trace as Uncle Lou, except I've just got a 3-way swivel there. There's the hook, float, and a 3-ounce. And again, I'm going to be using my little Shimano Vengeance BX Shad 330. This is a 12 foot, a Sustain 5000 loaded with 20-pound multicolored jigging braid. And actually the concept behind the jigging braid is when you're jigging out on the ocean, when you send the jig down, each color is about 10 meters a line. So as you're going through colors, you know how far your jig is off the bottom, and then you can send it back down and pull it up to a certain depth. But I'm just using it for blues. It's perfect size reel. Just get a bait on now and get in the water.
This is a super thin latex cotton. It's just basically to secure the bait to the hook, but it's not clearly visible, and it's got a bit of stretch to it which does the job, so that the blue has to give it a decent little bite before the bait gets removed.
Going with the same bait as Uncle Luel, and it's pretty much only braids I've bought for blues today. I've got some pink prawn here, so I'm going to get him out the shell, and I'm going to put a whole prawn as well. Guys, just a warning here. Always remember when you're on the rocks, be careful where you're walking. As you saw, they had a little bit of a wobbly, and then he went down. Always look where you're walking, make sure you've got a good area to stand on, because if you get something slippery like that and your foot slips, you can really hurt yourself. I mean, we've lost a couple of legends in the sport when they fall on the rocks just fishing normally, and I know a lot of times when the fish are biting, adrenaline's pumping, you just want to get to that spot and throw in as quickly as you can, and you forget about safety and you get a wobbly like that, and you can fall and hurt yourself, knock yourself on the head. So just remember, be careful. The fish, there's always another day to catch another fish. Just take your time and be safe. Let's go throw it. Show you guys what a baby mussel cracker looks like. This is your black mussel cracker. The fish that many an angler off the boat and off the rocks try and target. They try and catch the big daddies. There's a juvenile. Try and get a photo for you. You can see him there. That's what he looks like. He looks very yellow when he's young, but that's him. Send this one back out to grow old so we can catch it one day when it's a bit bigger.
Must keep them in the sandy beaches. Actually quite hard work. Once you find them, it's quite easy. They're under the sand, and you got to dig by hand.
Time for some breakfast. Yeah, we got Uncle Luella and Norman here. Jared's dad, he's come with us for another throw. Thanks for coming, Uncle Lou. And then we got also Uncle Luella and Tom on the other side of the rock there. He's trying another spot. If you turn around and see, you'll see he's about 100 meters off in the distance there. So yeah, we've all decided to come have a throw together. We're going to spread out, cover more territory, see where the bites are, and we'll all climb in there and catch a couple of blues, hopefully. Finish breakfast and then get back in.
This is an area we fish off the point at Queensberry Bay. As you can see, the rock formation, there's lots of deep holes surrounded by a lot of rock bank. We catch a lot of big blues here, and at times a lot of nice galloon here with the odd silver. But generally nice white water working the whole time, lots of action. Very nice spot as well, is up there. If nothing produces, I normally walk along that ledge and fish there into that white water. So we'll see if anything materializes there.
Yeah, Carl is taking a old line out the water. This normally goes around the bird's legs, so he's removing it while he's looking for some bait.
While I'm looking for some rock bait, I've come across a couple of cockles. Now, guys have different names for them across the country. I've got one smaller one here, I was going to use it for bait. So there's quite a nice size one bait inside this rock here, if you want to have a look. There's he inside there, as you can see. So we just want to quickly get him out here, get him in the bucket here. And you only allow day limit for cockles is 5 per person per day. Just want to get this one in here if we don't get any blues, or maybe we can cook a cockle, we can use it for a silver bait, many different applications of cockle. There we go, there's a cockle for you, doing some foraging on the rocks. That'll make some lekker chow. I've got my permit here to take cockles, and on the back of it you can see a saddle back there. Also very good bait for mussel cracker, but that one's a bit small. And guys, also just a quick one. We are pushing sustainability and living a primitive lifestyle, and when you're out on the rocks, if you see something like this in between the rocks and there's any possibility that you can get close enough to take it out, please do. Someone obviously lost quite a bit of money here with their braid. There's a bluefish chase inside there. If you see this, please clean up the rocks. This affects the bird life, this tangles up in the birds, it can kill them, drown them, and it affects them with nesting, and it just wrecks the ecosystem. So when you see this, please just do some beach cleanup. Let's just carry on looking for some more rock baits and cockles. Underneath this rock down here, we found 3 cockles together. We found these 2 nice ones and a smaller one which we put back. We've now got 3, well I've got 3, Carl's looking for more down there. We would like 5 each, and when we get home later I've got ideas of making up like a bit of a cockle sandwich for lunch. I'm going to make a little fire and then make the sandwiches, close them up, put them on the braai, and have toasted cockle sandwiches for lunch. Now we are still going to go carry on fishing for blues, but we've seen the cockles, and while it's low tide we want to get our 5 each to make the sandwich when we get home. And the way to tell it's a cockle inside the shell, you see that big hard white crust on the outside, that's how you know. This is about the minimum size that you're allowed to take on a cockle now, if you look at it in my hand. Now I've got 2 size ones in here, I need 3 more size cockles. I'm just lifting up the rocks looking, then those are going to be chow for later. Let's just go keep looking.
One bite, just took me straight down. That's where the black tail gets its name from, on the little black spot on its tail.
Yeah, we've got Uncle Llewellyn here. He's lived up to his name as the Bluefish King of Queensberry Bay. So he's got a little blue in the pool here, which we're going to have a squiz at now. Uncle Lou, take it away.
A bronze bream is another name for a bluefish. You can actually see by the colouring of the fish, the bronze colour on it. And as they get bigger, they get more and more of the bronze colour. But such a lovely fish, beautiful eating, but looks even more beautiful under the water.
Yeah, that's it. Well done, Uncle Lou.
Thank you.
Lekker, lekker. Let's see him swim away here now. Alright, so Uncle Lou's releasing his blue into this big rock pool here, which on the high, the blue will swim out and back out into the ocean. You can see he wants to go straight into a hole there, the little blue. And there he goes, swimming nicely. And now later on, as I mentioned, that little chap will head back out to sea with a high, and he'll swim another day. Lekker, well done, Uncle Lou.
Now before this one, I was fishing off the point, more at that angle, with a little piece of pink prawn on, and it was like a typical little blue or a small big eye bite, and it was just bump slack line, and I got him on the slack, little bronze beam of about 30, just under 30 centimeters. At the moment you'll see I'm just between these 2 rocks. There's a drop off there, it's quite a nice deep drop off, and you'll see there's another rock at the back. The fish swim up this channel and go out over there. So they come in and out this channel all the time, which is quite nice. It keeps them on the move. People have different preferences. Some guys like to hold there like that. I'll put my thumb on the line just so I can feel the moment there's any form of lift of my sinker. I can feel the rod lift and I can feel the vibration on the line. Should there be a slight bump or nibble. So it's a way of me detecting when the fish is around and whether he's biting or not.
Well, Lou, what's your thoughts here?
Look, there's been a lot of small fish coming out. Small bluefish, small black stemloss, little zebra, billy bartle. But there hasn't been any real size fish at the moment. But maybe with the pushing tide now, things might change. Water's starting to work quite nicely.
Yeah.
And as long as the east wind lets us fish, there's always a chance.
And we're going to be casting out into this bay now, so the eastern will help us with the throw.
Correct.
Got a standard pink prawn here. Just want to take the shell off him. And I'll just chuck it through the top there. Walk out, take a bit of cotton, just wrap it up. Made this one a little bit of a blob bait. There we go. Nice and simple. Pull the float down a bit. Go chuck in for a blue.
I'd like to introduce you. This is George Besson, family member, and fished many years together for bluefish. And George has got a nice young bluefish there, fishing in the bay side. What were you using, George, bait-wise?
I was using pink prawn.
Using pink prawn.
Pink prawn, yeah.
Good. And biting scallop or no?
No, it actually bite very well.
Oh, good.
It's about time we get a bite.
Okay. No, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully there'll be a few more there.
Hope so. At this stage I'm scaling the bluefish has been caught, and he's going to go into the pan as soon as possible, because there's nothing better than a fresh bluefish straight from the sea and it goes straight into the pan. It's one of your best pan fish to eat. Yeah, Noelle and myself have caught quite a lot of bluefish in this area over the years. I don't know, I wouldn't like in about 40 years that I'm fishing in this area. But the amount of bluefish that was caught by us, I know there's so many others that also catch a lot here, but this is absolutely one of the most beautiful, best pieces of coast to fish for bluefish in our area that you can get. You know, every day is fishing day, but it's not every day that's catch day, but we normally go home with a fry, and that's what's important.
I heard you saying earlier that it's one of the nicest eating fish. Seen them eat so much pink prawn, they better taste good.
That is absolutely no lie.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on today.
Our
and joining
pleasure,
us.
man.
Thanks very much.
Jacob Blue there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
invite.
Just preparing you for the pan now, and then we'll head out.
Got some cockles in tow as well, which are going to get cooked nice and fresh.
Good.
So we've got a little bit of chow here to cook. And that brings us to the end of our little morning session here on the beach. We had a bit of fun. Uncle George got us a nice blue there, which is going to go in the pan. We got 5 cockles there, which are going to go with it. And yeah, gents, thanks for coming along and having a throw with us this morning. Thanks for getting the blue, Uncle George.
Pleasure.
No problem.
Short one, lekker. Been a good day, and we'll catch up with you guys in the kitchen. Okay, we're back in the kitchen here. We got Uncle Llewellyn doing some batter here for us. He's going to fry us the bluefish. We've got our cockles here, which we've got a little bit of an idea we want to check out possibly. Possibly parboil the cockles a little bit and put them in the batter as well with the blue. So we've got Uncle Lou just mixing up our batter here, and I'm going to just watch him work his magic. Just see the way he does it.
I tell you what, I'll never open a restaurant, but we'll have a piece of fish.
That's it.
Just put in a bit of pepper and salt in.
Yeah, it's always lekker to see a fellow angler's way of cooking fish. I don't know how Uncle Lou does it, but I'm keen to see how he does it and keen to taste it. Not gonna lie, it was pretty cold out on the rocks, and we're pretty hungry at the moment. Our food has run out, so this Blue's gonna go down well with some cockles here for lunch, alright?
Put a bit of olive oil in the pan to do the fish, and then I'm using breadcrumbs from Spar. We normally get a tub of the Spar breadcrumbs, nice and fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Uncle George fill it his blue seeds. He bought it.
Guys, if you'd like
Ready
a cold beer,
halfway there?
yeah.
Perfect, thanks Uncle Lou.
Yeah, you'll see I'll keep my knife at an angle here as close as possible to the backbone, then you don't lose a lot of meat in the process. Cut it around the back fin there.
Yeah, just see if you can see anything.
Put all that away. Yeah, over the years, I don't know, I wouldn't like to put numbers to it, but I would say I caught a few hundred fish, and most of them I filleted myself. As Lou said earlier, the wife do the cooking, but we were always put in charge of cleaning and filleting. So they take the easy part, and we got to always sit with the difficult part. But it's all part of the sport, and I don't know what they enjoy more, fishing and cleaning, or the eating, because they all have got their place in the whole effort.
Helps with stage fright.
Guys, also don't forget merch. You can go onto the catchcook.com website. Link's going to be in the description below. Get yourself merch. As I mentioned before, we have shirts like this. There's blue ones. We have wetsuit pants. There's GoPros. There's accessories for GoPros. Anything you can think of, clothing wise and GoPro wise, is on the website. So catchcook.com, as you can see in the middle of the pot here, that's the website you're going to want to go to, and you can get your merch there.
We thank you for taking the time to come and
Thank you.
fish with us in our little preferred areas.
Right, now we can just put them in a plate and wash them off under the tap, and they're ready for Lou to put in the pan for us.
Get our pot ready here for the cockles. We're going to start boiling them in water. Boil them till they're nearly done. Then we're going to dip them in the batter and the breadcrumbs, and also chuck them in the pan. But once they're parboiled, we'll slice them up into thin slices. And it's a quick little shallow fry, and we'll take and you put that on top of the pieces of bluefish, and you've got bluefish with cockle, fried cockle. So let's just get that sorted quickly.
Put in the little pieces of fish, cut up and filleted, into the batter, and then we'll put them into the breadcrumbs and then go through the process of frying them.
They're fine there.
You can carry on there, I'll use this side.
Okay, got the cockles in the pot there. Got those 4 nice ones that we got. There's one very big one, that's the biggest cockle I've ever seen in my life, and I don't think you're going to see too many that size in a while.
Where's that?
But yeah, there they go. Let them do their thing.
The lid off the cockles are steamed much quicker.
Oh, that looks deadly, Uncle Lou. Yeah, that looks deadly.
Thanks to all the anglers and those of us that help carry this monster back. But without Uncle George, we wouldn't have had a fry. So we're grateful. Well guys, this is where all the fishing stories are told, and especially the big ones that got away. Today we've got a small one that didn't get away. But in general, this is where the hub of activity happens, and then we will meander down and sit and have a nice cold beer or cool drink, cool cup of coffee, and celebrate the day's outing.
As you can see, not a single piece of fish gets wasted. There's some nice meat in amongst these fins to eat off. There's some flavour in amongst those bones there. I'm going to quickly chuck it in the pan as well. Oh, that smells good, Uncle Lou. Sweet, this bluefish is mostly done. Most of the pieces are done. We just got 1 or 2 that are left over inside there, but Uncle Lou's working his magic in the kitchen here, the bluefish king himself. You see him coming out and it smells amazing in this kitchen. Just waiting for the cockles to finish steaming up inside the pot there. And I can take them and I can quickly slice them up and chuck them in the oil. And then we can serve up our lunch here. Chaps, I'm angry. Smelling the smells in this kitchen again makes me very happy to be on this side of the video because I get to chow it now. Lekker.
They're starting to come out their shells.
Now the old saying that nothing goes to waste. Uncle Luke told me what some of his mates do. They take once you filleted the fish, you cut the tail off and the head off. You can actually take that backbone with all that meat and dip it in the crumbs and the batter. You can actually chuck it in the pan and you can eat all that meat off that goes in between the bones. Let's just give this a try here. I'm actually quite keen to try that. That actually looks like a crumbed pork chop in the pan, but I reckon it's going to taste even better than that. And now back on this side of the kitchen, yeah? Almost done there.
Yeah. Because they're starting to come out their shells.
Okay, got the wings coming out here now. They are nice and crispy as well. Ooh, falling apart, but lekker crispy. Now it's just this pork chop, as we call it, that's sitting inside the batter. And yeah, then the fish is done. We're just going to put the cockles inside there. And we can serve lunch.
Okay, just give the cockle a good clean here. So he's got no more
Gump on him.
gump on him. And once you've got that all off, he's nice and clean. And he's ready for Carl to slice into some pieces.
Thank you, Uncle Lou.
I'll clean these other fillets quickly.
Now. I've got the cockles here now. I'm just going to cut them up into little chunks, thin little slices. Let's just try to see how we're going to do this. Never try to cut a cockle up, but cut that first piece wrong, but here's the way you should actually be doing it. You cut it long ways like this, into thin little slices like cold meat. Okay. Right. Chuck all these pieces in the batter here so long that we've got. Now just a little disclaimer, going on the rocks at night to collect cockles is a little bit illegal. You're meant to get them in the day. Just general foraging on the rocks at night is illegal. So the way we did it today was the legal and the correct way. Although we didn't get as many as you would if you had to go look on the rocks at night. If you had to take a walk down there at night, I guarantee you'll see lots and lots of cockles. But the way we did it today is the legal way. You go look under the rocks, you forage, you find them. But we've got enough just to chuck on top of those bluefish pieces, and we're going to deep fry this now. There we go, there's the pork chop. Now we can get our cockles in the pan. Okay, there's our cockle slices. We had 4 cockles and they were decent size, so they actually gave us quite a bit of meat. Now that is coated, get all our breadcrumbs into a corner here. And we're going to take all of these pieces together and just chuck them around in here. Never deep fried a cockle in my life, but I mean it's the first time for everything, and I get the feeling it's going to be quite good if it tastes anything like that fish that we've just done. Almost. Cockles will go quickly. Get all these pieces in this pan. Now these aren't going to take long. The cockles are cooked already, or at least far cooked. So all we want to do is just let them brown up inside this batter in the oil here. Then we're going to chuck these on top of the fish. What you do, on top of your fish pieces, you just chuck these cockles. And it goes on top like cherries on a cake. That's it, a little bit of a seafood platter here, improvised. And there we go, there's the end product. You can see little fried cockle bites with fried bluefish. Uncle George, what's the Afrikaans name for a cockle?
It's alikrekel.
Alikrekel, that's the Afrikaans name for a cockle. Just gonna garnish it with some sweet chili sauce now. Okay, a little bit rough and ready. But now that is a Eastern Cape seafood buffet, as we'll call it. Straight off the rocks, straight into the pan. Steal a little piece of deep fried cockle here and see what it tastes like. Oh my word. Found my new favorite way to cook cockles. Guys, that brings us to the end of this episode. Uncle Lou, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much
Uncle
for
George,
having us.
thanks for providing the blue.
Only a pleasure.
And Carl, you were just there. But lekker guys, we'll catch you in the next one. We're going to enjoy our lunch. Cheers.
Cheers, bye.
Bye, see you. Bye.
Chili chutney makes a...
Cockle.
Go for it.